Hello team, how are we doing? Here we are with episode 15 of the R&C Leather Lab, and I am Richard.
I'm Carolyn.
And today we are going to talk to you about CLP.
CLP?
If I remember, and I've got it right. Containers, labelling and packaging, I think is what it stands for. Classification, labelling and packaging. So obviously we see, and again I've not got my other bottles here, so I'm going to have to get those. We see a lot of people that are vehicle detailers, restorers, could be anything, even a mechanic. And you will buy products from other people and you are going to decant them into your own bottles. Excuse me, I've got a cold. So obviously you're decanting them into your own bottles.
For various reasons.
Yeah, could be that you've dropped it or you don't like the bottle, it doesn't quite fit with your van decor. Your
with the style,
with your boxes, or anything else, the lid bottle could be too tall. You want a shorter, squarer one or whatever.
Yeah, it might not fit on your shelf. You want a different spray, or
could be anything like that.
Things.
Could be various things that's making you go out there and put the products into a different bottle, because normally they should be like this. Let me just get a bottle. So if you've got a product, I get 3. So if you've got products like these, we've obviously got an alcohol cleaner, a leather cleaner, an alcohol cleaner, a leather cleaner and a sneaker cleaner. So you can see there, look, we've got all the bottles. Yep, and it's got all the names on it. It's got our company name. It's got the product name, as you can clearly see on there. And it's got on it as well any pictogram on the back, as you can clearly see there. This there, look, it is a hazardous one. Irritant one, sorry, not hazardous. It's got an irritant one on there. So you've got to make sure that you're not breaking the law. See, with the alcohol cleaner one being solvent, it has the 2 on the back, which is the irritant and the flammable. Yep, so all these things are on there in the name. It's got our address on the back as well. When you go on here, down the bottom, it'll have our address, phone number, email,
and
website, and everything else, and our mailing address. It's got all our contact information. It's got everything you need. But until you do that. And what do you reckon the problem is with that?
Problem with that is, if anything then happens to that product or the person that has rebottled the product, if you were to spill it, get it on your hands, get it in the van, get it in your eyes, if anything happens at all and you need help or just a way to clean it up, can you spray it with a certain fire extinguisher if it sets alight, or various things. If anything accidental happens, nobody is going to know what's in that bottle. If it's just plain, there's nothing on it, how are they going to find out the ingredients that's in there? How are they going to find out if that's poisonous to you or not? How are they going to find out if that's going to peel your skin off your fingers or not? There's nothing on it. It's plain. So what do you need to do? What do you need to do?
Well, there's a minimum, really, of 3 things that you need to do. 3 things, because we're back to that good old same old. If you don't do anything and you're in a client's house and a child picks this up and suddenly starts drinking this solution, you're back to square one again. You're liable. So you've got to be very, very careful, guys, because the last thing you want to be is you do not want to be liable. You do not want to be getting sued, because your insurance company will say you're an idiot. We're not going to cover you because you should know better. You are in business. You should know what to do. Because putting that in your vehicle, just like that, is actually extremely illegal. And I would say so in probably nearly every country in the world. It is illegal because you do not know what's in there. Now, for firefighting measures, how do you know that that product is not flammable? How do you know that that product is not poisonous? Is it an irritant? Is it explosive? Is it harmful to the marine life and environment and everything else? You have no idea, and nor does anybody else that's coming to your aid because you are blinded, because you've had the product sprayed in your face by a kid unknowingly grabbed it, you're all gone, got excited and sprayed it at you or whatever, or you've pulled the trigger.
Or accident.
Yeah, accident. You could be pulling the trigger, thinking the damn trigger stuck, and you're like bang, 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 and all of a sudden it's like straight in your face, and you've got.
To anybody else, that just looks like water.
Yeah, could be anything. That's the thing.
But it could be acid.
The thing is, though, it's like we've got one here which I've written on. What does it say on there?
APC.
Yeah, APC. So we all know you water down APC. And people are like, yeah, I've added that amount of water in it, it's made it pH neutral. No, it doesn't actually always do that, because it depends on the severity of the water, and it depends on many things. It depends on the cleanliness of the water, it depends on the chemicals in the water as to how much that is going to tip that balance, whether it's going to go up to a 13 or come down to a 0.00001, because you can never have a 0 on a sort of pH scale. Where is it? Because the thing is, it depends on the water softness or hardness, or the chemical in the water, as to how it's going to affect your product, as to whether it is going to be pH or not. And unless you are going to carry pH swabs with you everywhere you go and start adding drops in and swabbing it, which is highly unlikely that you're going to have those with you to do that, you're not going to know whether what you're using is pH neutral, whether it's acidic or whatever, and you're not going to really know, which one of those two ends of the pH scale that you're on. And the thing is, you could have one that just says alloy wheel cleaner, like that one there, look, alloy wheel cleaner. Is it an acidic one? What is it? How acidic is it? This is the thing. You do not know. People do not know. People coming to your medical aid do not know either.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're saying is you need to have definitely 3 at least things when you're decanting into different bottles. You need to have on there,
and this is law,
the actual
especially
name
in the UK and
of
Europe.
that product. So if you're doing an alloy cleaner, you write down alloy cleaner, whatever the term is. You need the manufacturer on there. So whoever manufactures that product, or whoever you got it from, whatever's on the label, if it says leather repair company, alcohol cleaner, that's what you need to write on there. And if it has any warnings at all, like these. This
is only sort of 6 samples, but you've got to put the relevant warning on there. Obviously,
it's got a red box round it.
Yeah, it's a warning. Yeah, obviously, you've got to have a red box, because by law it's got to be red. Obviously, we haven't got the irritant one shown there. It's just basically like a straight exclamation mark as an irritant one. That's it. But you've got to have the relevant warning sign on the product, and you've got to have the product name and the manufacturer's name as a minimum. 3 things by law is really what you're required to do on all your bottles. And if you do not do that, you are breaking the law considerably. Now, the thing is, in the United Kingdom, things are getting tighter and tighter and tighter here, as they have done in many other countries in the world. And really, by law, you should not be a mobile detailer without containing the product that you're discharging, the waste that you're discharging. But we're going to do a whole new podcast about that one, another one of our sessions about all that. But we'll talk about that and how you decant and one thing and another. But the thing is, if that's going down into the standard waterways, how do you know this alloy cleaner isn't a vicious acid and it's going to kill all the fish in sight? It's the thing is, pets could lick the water up and you could kill the cat or the dog or whatever, instantly like that. So, you've got to be very, very careful with what you're doing and how you're doing things.
Yeah. If you're getting away with it for now, then that's fine. But keep it in the back of your head that one day, sometime, it is going to get, not stricter, because it's strict already, but they're going to start enforcing it more.
They're going to enforce these things, so yeah.
Yeah, just bear it in mind. It is something that everybody is going to need to do at some point.
So I would start implementing now.
Yeah, why not?
Even though, yes, you've got away with it, and count your blessings, because you have got away with it. You've been very, very lucky to date. Count your blessings, but implement it tomorrow. Do it immediately, because the thing is, you never know who you are being watched by, who is jealous about you, who is going to report you, etc, etc, etc.
It could be competition, or it could be just little Miss Nosy down the road that sees you come along every week and don't like you making some stains on the side of the driveway. So It's worth bearing in mind. But the bottle thing is something you can do right now. You can go out
immediately.
to your van right now or
buy
into
white
your
labels.
workshop. Yeah, but either write straight on it, but make sure they don't wear off. If they wear off, rewrite it. But it just helps. Everybody can get straight then to the MSD sheet for that product. They can find out the ingredients that's in that product straight away, and they can treat you or whoever is needing help. Yeah, it could be a family member, it could be the customer. You could have sprayed
your dog,
sprayed them
or
with
a
the
cat.
aloe cleaner or whatever. But whoever needs help is going to be able to get help so much faster. It could literally, in extreme cases, it could save a life because you've put that information on that bottle correctly.
So the other thing I would advise as well is always carry a printed copy of MSDS sheets in your vehicle with you at all times of the products that you are carrying, so that you have them. I would also, as a little Brucey bonus, and we'll explain to those that are overseas who Brucey is. People in the UK will understand exactly who Brucey is. But Brucey bonus, we will explain to you. If you ask us, we'll explain to you who Brucey is.
Oh, might even find a clip.
Yeah, it might even find you a clip of Brucey. So we'll, a little Brucey bonus. I would make a list of all the contents in your van, have it in your van, but also photograph it. So the thing is, if your vehicle was, caught in an unfortunate situation like an accident, it burst into flames, you lost everything. Insurance company are like, what have you got in there? You've got proof of what you've got in there because that's the photograph, and date it. Try to do it every couple of days. I know it may sound like, Christ, what a ball like that is. I've got to do that every 2 days. You shouldn't be doing much because the list should stay the same. Just put down 4 bottles, and then when they come along, just say, well, how much was in there? Well, it was about half full, 3/4 full, nearly full, whatever. That's all you've got to do. But they'll replace it like for like. So they'll replace you with brand new bottles anyway. They just want to know the content. So that helps you with your insurance company with the eventuality of a claim. It could be that your vehicle gets stolen and it's not something severe as an accident that you've been caught up in, or it's just ignited on its own if it's an electric, which we all know electrics just like to burst into flames.
They could even try to blame the products if you've got a lot of flammable products in the back of the van, but you can prove you didn't have.
Yep. So you've got to bear that in mind as well. And that sort of opens up another can of worms because in theory, if you've got anything flammable in your vehicle, you should have it contained within a separate little metal lockable cabinet. There you go. So bear that one in mind. Here in our factory, that is exactly what we have. We have a metal lockable cabinet where we have to contain anything that's like, highly dangerous, harmful to the environment, marine life, animals, flammability, all that. It has to go in this metal cabinet, for our training course, for legality reasons, and it sits in there and we go and get it and bring it out because it's the bulk amount, it sits in there. So in theory, if you've got maybe half a dozen different things that's flammable or poisonous or highly toxic, then you should have them in a separate little locking cabinet in your van.
Yeah.
I know this all sounds rather, scaremongery, but the thing is, it's actually the law.
But don't say we didn't tell you.
But the thing is, the
easy way to do it is you can get metal toolboxes.
Just get a metal toolbox. That's it.
In a
simple.
Metal toolbox in the back of your van.
Easy as that.
It's contained. It's safe. So if anything combusts all of a sudden, it's contained in that.
Just put it in there. It's there. And again, fire extinguisher. By law, you should always carry a fire extinguisher. With you. We carry them in our vehicle. We have them, and you should carry them with you at all times. So there's so many things here, guys, of little nuggets of information.
We're going down a little
that we're giving you. The trouble is, it's like with anything with these things, that we do. Like this one is obviously episode 15. Can you believe that? 15. 15 weeks. That's like 3 months we've been doing this, or 4 months. So it's you've got to bear in mind there's so many things that you should be doing that we don't do. We all try to get away with. We're all breaking the law. And
everybody gets complacent, I think, don't they?
That's the trouble, yeah.
Yeah, they're comfortable just doing what they do, and everything will be all right, and nobody's going to say anything. And just for that extra few minutes, just please do it.
Because it's your livelihood at the end of the day. Do you want a car and a roof over your head, or do you want somebody else to take it from you? Because that's exactly what is going to happen. And your insurance company, and you've got to bear this in mind as well, your insurance company will not pay out. And then you are blacklisted and you get on the register of do not insure.
Yeah, so you don't want to be to blame.
You cannot then get insurance for anything. And what you can get insurance for, what should have been maybe £1,000 for a policy for a year, might actually cost you £10,000 or £20,000 for that policy because you're an extreme dangerous case. So you have to go through certain people. So do you want to be put on that register where you're classed as an uninsurable person because of breaking the law, fraud? Because it's classed as insurance fraud. It is a police matter. So you've got to be very, very careful with what you're doing, guys. Very, very, very careful.
It all sounds really far-fetched, but
it's actually reality.
It is.
And it's happened.
Reality,
and the only reason why we say this is this all came up with some individuals recently and an insurance company where we were helping these individuals, and this is exactly what happened, where we were giving them some sort of education and stuff like that, and there was other people there as well, and it all came up with this panel of insurers. And this is reality of cases that they've actually dealt with over the last 10 to 15 years. Some of them even worse than what we're telling you. And it's just reality. And that is just facts, guys. It's not us thinking we're plucking things out of the air like this, thinking, oh, they're clutching at straws to give us information. This is factual information that we're giving you based upon an insurance panel of insurers only 3-4 days ago. That is the facts here.
Too important not to mention on one of these.
Yeah, and that's why we thought, right, we're going to do this. We had planned for other things for today, but we thought, right, no, we're going to do this and bring it to you to the forefront because you need to bear this in mind. The thing is, if you've got flammable products, you've obviously got electrics in vehicles, and if it's a fully electric vehicle, it's even more so dangerous. You have an accident, bottle falls over, starts shorting out electrics, ignite, wallop, you're up in flames, you're trapped in it, all of a sudden you're burnt skin. Basically, you're toast.
Toast.
Very, very simple. Yeah, you're toast. So just, for your own safety, think about it logically. And the thing is, if you start getting staff in, are those staff going to sue you because you've got a blank bottle like this? Yeah, blank bottle.
Could do. Trust
What
no
is it?
one.
Trust nobody.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like we have one here. Now, this is an actual genuine thing. It's called Top Secret. Now, everybody knows exactly what Top Secret is here that works for me at the company. And they all know where to find the MSDS sheet. And they all know what's actually included in that and what quantities are included in that. The only thing we haven't done on here is put our company name and the warning labels. Because for one, there is no warning label, so I don't even need to put a warning label on there. All it's not got on there is LRC. And that's exactly what we will do. We will just add LRC to it. But it highlighted a few things for us when we were with this panel of insurers. And we just thought, right, we've got to bring this to you because it's something that we don't even think of in our training courses that we are now going to implement into every training course going forward.
Yeah, it's just something to highlight to everyone. Cause
Mm-hmm.
it's really, we can't stress how important enough it is. It's just, you need to label it.
You've got to label it, guys. And we do know people buy all these IK sprayers and they just put on it APC or whatever. Whose APC is it? Now the thing is,
they're all so different
because they're all very different. I mean, a lot of APCs, I wouldn't even personally get near, my worst enemy, let alone, an animal or an alligator that was trying to kill me. I wouldn't even spray it on an alligator. I'd rather the alligator eat me, to be quite honest. I wouldn't want to inflict such injury on the alligator. It sounds extreme, but I mean, some of these APCs are so toxic with so many acids in them. They are absolutely awful. We use APCs to clean our factory floor, and it literally strips and bubbles paint if I leave it on there long enough. That's how bad APCs are. And you've got these goons out there using it to clean leather as well, but we won't go there with that one today. But you've just got to bear it in mind, with what you're doing. You've got all these products on there. You've got a nice big IK spray or whatever they're called. And it just says APC on it or interior cleaner. It's like, it's like this one, interior cleaner. It's just like, what interior cleaner is it? Is it for glass? Is it for plastics? Is it for leather? Is it for vinyl? Is it for carpets? Is it for hard plastic? What is it actually for? And what does it do? Is it for door jambs? What is it actually for? Is it for roof linings? Is it for Alcantara? Is it leather? You know,
I
this
think
is the
some
thing.
people watching this, they'll be sat and they'll be like, yeah, well, I know exactly what's in the bottle.
Yeah, you might do.
It's fine. So
You might.
I know that's Leather Repair Company's LRC aniline cleaner, and I know what it is, so I don't need to write a label on it, because I know, I can tell by the colour, I can tell by the smell. If you're dying,
who's going to know?
who else is going to know what's in your particular bottles?
You
they
can't
won't know
talk.
the smell, they won't know the colour or anything else, but if they've got those, exactly what it is, and those MSD sheets to hand, or they can get to the MSD sheet really easily off that company's website, whereas you can with ours. Scroll down to the bottom, there's every MSD sheet on there for every product that we do. But like Richard said earlier, I think that's a really good idea. Just keep a folder in the back of the van, in the front of the van, in the workshop, wherever you are, with all
Photograph
the MSD sheets.
Yeah, MSD sheets in. Yeah, keep them all there. It's just printed off in the workshop, printed off copy in the van.
Really,
you know, you're not going to have like hundreds and hundreds of them at the end of the day, guys. Now, the other thing is as well, what you've got to bear in mind is we've actually been there, done this. Not actually done the second part of this, but we've picked up a bottle and sprayed something on it, and then like, shit, wrong product.
Wrong one.
Yep, wiped it up or whatever, and then sprayed on the next one. Now, if you can imagine getting a product, you know, spraying it on your alloy wheels, you can't obviously get that off. Most people are like, right, bugger, wrong product. It's not going to harm them, but let's get the right product now. Spray it on. Do you know what people don't realise is as well, and this has actually happened, and we've had this conversation with another insurance company, and it was somebody claiming for health problems, and it was actually doctors wanting to know how they could resuscitate somebody, because the two together created a new chemical that was toxic, and it literally knocked them out and stopped them breathing. And it was the actual vapour fumes coming off of the products, and they were in the point of dying because they didn't know what was in the products. Because in most countries you'll have what they call the poison centre. I don't know whether they have it in America, but I know in the EU, in England and Europe and places like that, they have what they call a national poison centre, which doctors, physicians and stuff like that can get access to in this eventuality, where they can ring up and say, it is LRC, alcohol cleaner, and it is flammable and irritant, and it is LRC3. They can access our MSDS sheet on these poison centre databases, so they can then treat you appropriately to save your life. So again, who's liable for it? Not the insurance company, because you screwed up. You grabbed this product, wallop, 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 grab the next one, wallop, wallop, wallop. You know, you made a different chemical which was highly toxic and nearly killed you. How stupid are you? You know, and these things happen. Yeah, but these things happen though. It's reality.
Yeah.
And that is real. That actually happened, guys. And the guy was fighting for his life to survive because of the toxic fumes coming off, because it creates a new chemical.
Yeah, and it wasn't over a long period of time.
No.
It was an instant.
It was instant.
Instant reaction.
Like literally sprayed on, walked to his van, sprayed on, and it just festered, and the fumes were invisible, and it knocked him out.
Yeah.
And needed medical attention.
Complete accident. Like nobody was to know, you know, what mixing that one and that one together would do.
No.
But the right people with the right information will know exactly what that is, and they'll know how to correct it, how to counteract it, how to treat you, make you better, so you can be better, get on with your work.
Yeah, so there you go.
All your products.
So, there you go. Scaremongering one today. But it's also a very valid, very important one. And we are going to be introducing this into our training going forward, because we believe this to be actually something pretty crucial to be adding in, because we do know a lot of people do this.
Yeah.
And
it's not difficult.
we have to cover our backs by now telling people, and we are going to have this, rather than have it as a thing in class, we are going to bring it up in class, but we're going to have this as a constant recorded video that we know everybody has got access to, and you will not be able to come on a training course unless you have put done watched on that video, because if you haven't, then you ain't coming into a training course. You need to watch it, and we're covered. Once you've watched that and said done watched, I'm happy. Very, very simple. Easy as that. Our back's covered, because we know we have done our due diligence, and we have taken our customers on that journey for the end result, which is safety in mind.
Yeah, all we can do is tell you. It's up to you guys to implement it.
Simple. So there you go, episode 15 of the R&C Leather Lounge, and we will be back next week. And this is
in our new surroundings.
Yes,
Have you noticed?
did you notice? Sorry, guys, in our new surroundings, on our original video that we made of this yesterday to upload, we did all of this, and I hope this bugger's doing the same. Not doing the same. Sorry, I hope this bugger's now correct. It didn't record any sound. We were just talking like we are now, and there was nothing coming out. It was something so simple. Didn't check. It just wanted to go like that, a little bit further, pushed into the bloody portal on our recording device, but it didn't record. So all you got was like a crackling noise the whole 21 minutes. So there you go. So we were ready to up this yesterday after recording it yesterday, and wallop.
But you probably can't lip read, so we've done that.
No, so yeah, we thought we were just going to put it up there and thought, well, let's see who can lip read and fathom out what we're saying. So, as a reminder, once again, this is what you need to do, guys. You need to have the name, the company name, don't need a logo, just Leather Repair Company, the product name, the product reference number, and its pictogram to go with it. That is all you need to write on your bottle. So if you need to buy some plain labels, you can get sticky pictograms anywhere on the internet, stick them on the bottle, on the label, write on it, LRC, that's all you need to do, LRC, you don't need to put Leather Repair Company, LRC, alcohol cleaner, LRC3, like that one with alcohol cleaner, that's it guys, your 2 pictograms, irritant and flammable, you're done. That is us, LRC from the Leather Lounge, R&C Leather Lounge, episode 15. And I'm Richard, and I'm over and out.
And I'm Carolyn, and we'll see you next week.
Wax on, wax off. See ya.